this week on Finding the Funny, we are absolutely ecstatic to welcome Joe Coffey. You probably know her best as the very funny receptionist in Waterloo Road, but you can also find her doing her own stand-up. So please give it up for Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey, thank you so much for joining us. It's so great to have you with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on board.
We're really, really grateful that you've given us some of your time. And I just want to say, I am a massive fan of Waterloo Road.
Oh, I'm so pleased. It would have been really awkward if you'd hated it.
Exactly. Ange?
I mean, I'll just say now, Joe, it's not that I hate it.
And I feel the awkward happening.
To be honest, right, I don't know if I've ever watched it. I think
it's brilliant, Ange. It's so good.
Is there another one that's like based in a school? I don't know if I'm getting confused with something else.
They're all based in schools.
Ange, are you thinking of Grange Hill?
No,
that's what
you might have been. There is another one. There's one actually in the Midlands called Phoenix Rise, I think it's called.
I've not seen that one either.
And I bumped it. The exec of Phoenix Rise was staying in our hotel, and I bumped into her by the lifts, and we were having. She's an absolutely lovely woman, and I said, Phoenix Rise. She's like, it's coming on soon. I said, you're our rival then, aren't you, really? Yeah. And she went, I said, have you got like a wacky comedy receptionist on Phoenix Rise? She was like, no. And I went, well, that's where you're going wrong.
Yeah, that is where they're going wrong. That is true.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I might have seen some of it, but I'm not sure.
Which bit?
Well, that's the thing,
that's
right? The thing is with me, Joe, right, is I do have some sort of problem with my memory, and it's probably that I have, if someone put it on and went, this is Waterloo Road, Ange, I'd go, yes, I know Waterloo Road, I've seen it, but to try and find that in my sort of, memory box, I'm struggling.
So struggling.
I am quite the same. Oh, don't apologise. I am quite the same with it as well. The only reason that I know what it is because I'm in it loads.
Exactly. Otherwise, you'd be like me.
Yeah, I'd be like, there's this thing on school. Oh, yeah, no, I think I've seen it. Is it the one with the funny comedy receptionist? I've seen it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, Waterloo Road. You tackle some really good subjects, and me and my friend Cassie, we both love it.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, whilst we're just straight in with the Waterloo Road chat,
yes,
we did put some boxes on for our social media crew.
On the socials.
And one of the questions that came in from Jen1807, she asked, what is it like being in Waterloo Road? So were you able to give us some sort of, insider info on the Waterloo Road filming? Yeah, go.
I mean, it's brilliant. It's as good. I mean, I as yet have not been tackling massively serious issues as a character myself, so I don't have to do all the crying and stuff. I'm basically encouraged to turn up and dick around.
That's perfect.
I'm doing exactly what I got told off at school for doing, and now I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
That is brilliant.
So for me, it's brilliant. We turn up. We at the call time's not too bad, really. Sort of 7:30. We do say 3 to 4 scenes a day. Well, we film more than that, but we'll probably be in 4 to 5. Catering's amazing. The people are banging.
I love
brilliant.
Angela Griffin. I love her.
Oh my God, I love Angela Griffin.
Isn't she brilliant?
Is she the head?
Yes.
Right, I've seen it. I have seen it.
Ah,
there you go. It's come to me now.
Did you ever see a really short person open the door quite a lot?
I've seen quite a short person open the door.
I didn't know if I was going to be in the next series because I was like, well, I think they've got these things now called wedges where they could just hold open the doors themselves, really.
That's brilliant.
A lot of schools now have these sort of modern doors, don't they? Where they just sort of, you press a button and it stays open, and you press the button and it closes.
Modern. You do know things like automatic opening doors have been around for years. They've got these really modern things, like, whereas you walk up to them, they just slide open.
No, I'm not talking about that, actually. I'm talking about how you open the door and then you press a button.
Yeah.
No, button down at the bottom of the door that keeps the door open.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, don't say this too loud. I'll be out of a job.
You're going to be
Right,
out of a job.
no, there are no such things. We
Joe,
still do
that's
need
it.
Joe.
Your door opening days are over, my friend.
I tell you what we need, a really short person to hold open the doors on all the BBC programmes.
That's it. Anybody listening, we know that the head of the Beeb listens weekly. So if you're listening, head of the BBC,
Yes.
we feel like Joe is needed.
She's
maybe
integral.
maybe a time when opening doors in Waterloo Road is done. We don't know, but
Doctor Who's got to go through doors, hasn't he?
exactly. The TARDIS has got a door, has it not?
Exactly. Who's going to hold open that?
Yes, Joe. This is what we're talking about.
Is there anyone on Waterloo Road that you like? Not that like is it cliquey, or is it all like you just all get on?
We all really get on, like
Right.
everyone gets on, which
Yeah.
is annoying for any gossip wise.
That is
But
really
I
is.
have a couple of bezies.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
Vincent Jerome, who plays the dashing Linton King.
Yes.
Linton
is
King.
Lyndon King. He's one of
Wow.
my bezies because he is from London, so he stays a lot in the hotel where we basically live in a hotel room, not together.
So is that
Not
what you're
together.
is that what you're doing at the moment then, Joe?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're filming currently for Waterloo Road
Yes.
for whatever. So how many series have you been in, or how many series are there, and all of that
There's
stuff?
more. That's what I'm allowed to say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say of how many more, or like what. I know that all I know is we're filming some at the moment, and it's great.
Fine.
Oh.
We will push no more.
We will ask no more Waterloo Road.
And you can't tell us any juicy storylines that are coming up, can you?
No, I don't think I
that's
can.
such a shame.
I mean, there's this one bit which is brilliant where like something happens in the head's office and they have to get this short person in to open the door.
To hold the door.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I can't wait for
that.
that.
That is a really good
I
bit. So
cannot
tune in
wait.
for that.
There's some parent kicking off and you have to open the door so they
Absolutely.
can escape.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Jimmy's fallen down the well. Let me open this door.
yes.
So you can all push past me.
I mean, it's interesting that his school's got wells.
I know. Well.
Well, there we go.
We had another question. You touched a little bit about what you were like at school, but Ruth R78 asks, what was the funniest things you did to one of your teachers at school? Do you have any like funny school stories?
Oh, we were horrible. We
Why?
really were. We were
Were
just
you,
it was
Joe?
like a massive comprehensive school. We were all vying to be the funniest person.
Yeah.
I was, I was 11, so I hadn't even got stand up as an outlet then. I was just be as funny as you can be with 35, 40 people in your class. Type thing. So I think the best thing that always got the best laugh from my side is but they, particularly in home economics, they'd chuck you out to room 11, which was next door, but no one would supervise you. And we worked that out quite early on. So we'd look at each other on different things. You'd be like, get chucked out and I'll see you next door at room 11. And then we'd just play our tapes and everything and just like have a really good time. Oh yeah, it was brilliant.
Don't you find it weird that it was called home economics?
Yes. I mean, what does that even mean?
I mean, now it's called food tech,
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Home economics.
Home
Well,
economics.
if you go back years, that was the economy of a woman, wasn't it?
Cooking.
Yeah.
Cooking,
Yeah,
a good
cooking.
meal, a hearty meal. That
hearty meal.
that was her economy at home.
Home
Making sure the dinner was on the
economics.
table. That was her bargaining chip. Smash the patriarchy.
Baking.
all that.
Patriarchy, sister.
Is there one particular memory though that you have of anything that like happened at school, or like what was school like for you in general? Was it good? Was it not so good? Like
So I know, like on sort of a couple of the dramas and things like that I've done, that they've often, because I was 4'2", so people. I wasn't 4'2" then. I still am. just to clear that up. It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So people think that it might have been quite difficult, but sadly, for story-wise, like way, I was really popular.
Oh, that's cool.
That's great.
I was so popular that I often worry about this from the other kids, that when we played netball, I couldn't play netball because obviously I just couldn't run around and chuck the ball in things and do. So as soon as I was selected to play netball, I'd just go and have to sit on the bench, and I was never selected last. Isn't that awful for the people who were selected last?
Yeah, that is awful.
I know.
That is
really
so they
bad.
knew you couldn't play, but they picked you over some other people.
And so they'd select me, and then I'd go up and just go and sit on the bench. And some poor kids who were could have been the best netball players in the world, didn't even get the chance.
Wow.
That is
I know.
brilliant, Joe.
I was always the last to be picked, so I would have been that kid.
I know, and I feel for you.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, if we went to school together, I'd have been thinking, bloody hell, Joe's been picked again. She can't even fucking play,
She's
guys.
awful too.
I know. And the worst thing as well, and I don't know why to this day that I did this, and I can't even believe I'm saying it on a podcast. This is something that I said it to my sister recently, that it's a bit weird that school, when you're already potentially going to be picked on anyway, I set up something called Bible Club. And loads of people joined.
No, we're popular.
Like a budding cult leader, basically. Like, I have got cult leader written all over me, and people joined, and I don't know what. I used to read like extra. I don't know what was on my mind or not. I'm not particularly religious. I'm not certainly don't go to church, but from 11 till about 12 and a half, I set up Bible Club.
Wow.
And people were wearing the badges with pride around the school.
Again, Mr. BBC, if you're listening, if you want to do anything around cults,
Joe is your woman.
especially if it's a cult leader that opens doors, we have found your perfect candidate.
Yes.
If you want me to hold open doors on a Sunday, I'll do it.
So you set up, so you were really popular.
Yeah, massively. Well, not like, kind of.
Well, you're
but
setting
yeah,
up
I was
Bible
quite
clubs and
popular.
people are rocking along. That is pretty popular.
Yeah, I was quite popular. I never really understood why, but I was.
Do you think, Joe, it is because of your personality? Do you think that that was the sort of key in it? Is that actually you wanted to have a laugh? You were very, you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at others, you can find stuff funny. Do you think that was part of it at school?
Yeah, I think, and also the fact. I mean, now I'm a little bit better with it, but at the time when it was completely out of control, I would find everything funny. Like I would rock up at 8:30 for school, and I would laugh. I do no work. I stopped even at one point. I stopped taking a bag in because it was too heavy.
Brilliant. That is brilliant.
Literally did nothing at all, but I found everything incredibly amusing. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. It must have been so irritating to be in a class trying to teach me when someone is just uncontrollably laughing.
That is so funny, Joe.
But I love that, Joe. I absolutely love it.
You touched on this a little bit, I suppose, a minute ago when you talked about how you've often, I don't know, seen scripts or storylines about people who are different in society having a tough time at school. Do you think you were ever shocked that it wasn't difficult for you to get through school, or is it only looking back now that you think, because like I was bullied, I'm different for the fact that I was bullied because I was fat. I mean, really unoriginal, but I was there any part of you that expected to find school difficult and was quite surprised that it was okay?
No, I think it's only after the event, I think, when you look back now and you talk to other people and they were like, God, school was, like, I always say school was just like hilarious. It was one of the funniest places I've ever been. But for some kids, it was awful, like dreading going to school type thing, because kids can be absolutely vile to each other. And if you can't like come back, I was quite lucky in the fact that obviously I went on to become a stand-up and I went on to be a comedian, so
Yeah.
I have a big family, so we're always taking the mickey out of each other, so
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
always come in with the put downs type thing to
Yeah.
defend
To
yourself.
shut them up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But if you are just subjected to, particularly now, I think I was listening to something on the way up about it, actually, about now with social media and just been like all the kind of bullying that goes on online and stuff. It's a minefield now, isn't it? But yeah, it never occurred to me at the time, really. It was just only afterwards that I thought, oh my God, I was quite lucky there. I think that could have gone either way, really.
Yeah.
And just talking about your stand-up, Joe, because I've watched your stand-up that you did about how you don't like short people.
Yes.
And you gave this list of particular things that you don't like short people doing, one of which was being blown out of a cannon.
Yes.
Which I thought was just hilarious. And then one of the other things you said was about doing porn.
Yes. I mean, I can't vouch for that, but there are some that can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just thought those things you were saying. You also said about like the fact that you have to dress up at for festive periods. You have to dress up, and you are known as those people that you have to play.
Yeah.
And I just thought that whole stand up that you did was just so funny.
Why don't you like short people?
I do. Well, the longer bit of that joke is in some sort of context. Is basically there didn't used to be any short people on the comedy circuit. There was only like me and another person, Tanya Lee, and now there's loads of short comics. So they've kind of put me out. I'm now the 4th shortest comic, or the 5th, which is really disappointing and really pathetic. And I can't even put really that I'm short on my posters because no one cares. Like, 'cause it's not. You're not even in the top 10 anymore. No. So I kind of no one cares. So as a result, I hate short people. That's what the context is. Yes.
So who is the number one shortest comic then?
God, I don't know his name, but I've bumped into him in Edinburgh. I was furious. That's gonna push him over one-handed, of course. Just but I can't remember his name. I don't think he's doing it anymore, but he was getting far bigger audiences than I was. Let me tell you that.
I also love the bit where you talked about, the fact that they now expect you to go and fight dragons because of the Game of Thrones.
Oh my God. Like the pressure that you get now. Every part that I get through is like, right, you've battled 9 people with an axe. Like, it's like, no, I can't change your duvet cover. What you on about? I am not your woman.
No, I just want to open doors.
Exactly. That's what I want to work in admin in a school. I can do that.
Or start a cult. Either one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really could do that.
Yeah, I'd definitely join your cult.
Would you? I was going to say, would you join?
Yeah, I'd join.
100%.
For sure.
I'd join. Yeah.
It would be a good badge.
Yes. And I think the cult would just be laughing all the time.
Yes.
I don't think there'd be any like dark spirituality to it.
No, God, no.
The only thing you'd have to be good at to join is can you laugh, and can you laugh a lot? Right, come on in.
Yeah, brilliant. We're in.
Come on in.
Can you laugh and listen to Bonnie Tyler?
Oh, you're a fan of Bonnie Tyler. Right.
Or a bit of Spania.
Eclipse of the heart. Is that hers?
What beautiful.
Well, Bonnie Tyler, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else did you say you're a fan of, Joe? Bonnie Tyler and
Spania, but that gave up 80s music in general.
Spania?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds banging.
It's 80s.
Spania.
In fact, that would be the Colts theme tune whenever we went anywhere.
Sounds like it.
And then I could just bring out a bit of Bonnie every now and then.
Yay!
Yeah.
Perfect.
Would you physically turn around though when you sang it?
Absolutely.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, no doubt about that. Now, Joe, we did mention in our communications via the email about some of our little, segments that we have. One of which is what's getting on your shitting tits. Now, I wondered if you did have anything that has been or is getting on your shitting tits.
I definitely have got something that gets on my shitty tits.
Brilliant.
But it makes me sound quite privileged, I think, the more I think about it.
It'll be funny.
I'm gonna say it anyway. And it's dinner slots. Dinner slots. So but by that, and it really does get on my shitting tits.
Yeah.
Like before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
If I wanted
know
to
what
go
you
for
mean. Yes, yes,
if I wanted to go for dinner,
Yeah.
I could just rock up to a restaurant and go,
Yeah.
here's me and the other person.
Yeah.
We want this 3 courses and we want to stay. Like we would not get kicked off the table after
like
2
9
hours.
o'clock.
Oh,
yeah,
this
exactly.
is a good one.
Yes.
This
So-
is a really good one.
Yeah.
So irritating.
Yeah.
Now, when I go for dinner, not only do I have to log on to the internet and give my national insurance number and a blood test, like I have to fill in a form and then book a slot up
Yes.
of like I have to decide exactly what slot. Well, it's usually 7:50. And it's an hour and a half, isn't it? Like
But
or 2
That
hours.
is shit, isn't it?
Really shit.
Yeah.
And then when you go there and you're having a good time with your friends and you accidentally get over that slot, they
Yeah.
kick you off the
Off
table.
you go. Leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is bad. That is true, actually.
And it is a COVID. This is one of those overhangs of COVID, isn't
Oh,
it?
Overhangs.
It's an overhang. It's a COVID overhang.
Guys,
Is that like a hangover? But
I'm really pissed off by these COVID overhangs.
Sure, I don't even know where that came from.
No, but that was hilarious.
A COVID overhang.
it's so true as well.
It is, Joe. Yes.
It is. But what I want to know is so like back in the old days then, do you think this has been because they know that they can make more money if they kick you off at a certain time?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
somebody else in.
definitely.
So
Yeah.
it's like
Absolutely.
if I give you an hour and a half, you'll have to drink and eat as much as you can in
Yeah.
that time. Also, it's like you have to really rush, don't you?
Yes.
But
It's
I
taking
think
the
they
enjoyment away.
Yeah.
it has completely, and I think they underestimate exactly how much I can drink and eat.
Yes.
Like,
That's
they
like me.
let me be there for till 11 o'clock. I'd
Yeah.
hang a couple of pictures up, put a few house plants around. Fair enough. But I would spend the money on the cocktails.
I'd have the
yeah.
cocktails, I'd eat the food.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can, and maybe this is something we've got to test the waters on this gang,
Right.
is if you could sort of double block a session. So you could say, right, I want the table from 7:15
Oh, I
to,
see.
I don't know, 10:15. So you could take like a 3-hour slot.
Right,
you
you
just
can do a
book that
double
in.
block.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
Well, I
is
suppose
such a good
if
idea.
you had more people in your party, you could say, "I'll do the first hour."
Yes.
and then
you
you
do the
sweep
second
in
one.
and do the second hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll try to kick us off, and we'll be able to exactly
Actually-
like you do at work when you've booked a room. I love it when
Yeah.
that happens.
Oh,
You've booked a room. You're
Yeah.
in there. You know you've booked it. Someone knocks on the door and go, "I've got this room booked." No, you haven't, Graham. No, you haven't.
Piss off, Graham.
Because
Yeah.
if I show you my, and you'll always get one that's like, "Can I see your confirmation email?" Yes, Graham. Absolutely. No problem.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Take a seat, interrupt my meeting, sit down.
Yeah.
Here we go. Wait while I type. Yep. Look, Graham, here it is, booked on the 28th of February from 2 till 5.
Yeah. Jog on, Graham.
You could do that, couldn't you? The waiter can't, excuse me, guys, we've got
Yeah.
another booking. Have you? Have you?
I think
Yeah.
it might be booked by my friend Beverly.
Beverly, get out your confirmation. We are not going anywhere. And you can
Oh,
then
I'd
see
love that.
we shall not be moved.
And I would love that because the level of smugness in the people that are waiting to take the table as well. Because usually they'll let you get a round of drinks. And I've had
Yes.
before that they come over and go, "Oh well, I know I hate doing this, but we've got to take the table back now." And I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do? We've got loads of drinks.
Yeah.
And then my friend went running off to go and find a table round the corner in the bar, but they didn't help us. They just let us move all this stuff, like all cocktails and
No,
olives
that's
and stuff that we had
hilarious.
by ourselves, and take it round the corner. But the smugness on the people that took that table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the levels of
Yeah.
ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that is I hadn't thought of that, but that is a good tip.
that is a great
Yeah.
tits, Joe.
Yeah.
You've got great tits, Joe.
Thanks so much. I like them too.
Heavily into with Patty and Ange. Heavily into with Patty and Ange. What are they heavily into? to this week.
Oh, I am really embarrassed to tell you this,
No,
but I'm going to
go
tell you
on.
anyway.
Yes.
So, for some reason, and I don't know what, it's maybe the cult leader part of me.
Sure.
I don't know
That's coming
why.
out a lot.
Yes.
I have become a little bit obsessed, I'd say, of
Right.
listening to middle-aged women from America
Yeah.
read me my horoscope on YouTube. And it's never right.
I didn't even know
It's
this
never
was a
right.
thing.
It's brilliant. It's
It's
never,
never
right.
right. They go, oh, hey Virgos, like it's going to be a brilliant week for you, and then they go, you've got
What
to
is
step
that
into your
accent,
power.
Joe? Come on.
Coventry.
Are you from Coventry?
You're from Coventry.
It's that well-known American Coventry.
Joe,
Lex
what
flavour.
is that American accent, man? Come
It's a-
on.
I sound like I'm from Coventry, but I'm not even from Coventry.
That is weird.
Right. Okay. Now, this is a whole new thing for me,
Yeah.
Joe. I didn't even. What do you mean? You just log on to some sort of
Oh,
like.
it's massive. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they are the new religion. Maybe this is
Yeah.
where I'm
This
going
is it.
with it.
This is the cult
Yeah.
leader in you.
I haven't even mentioned religion in like years. It's all I can talk about.
If there's any press off the back of this, it will be Waterloo Road, Joe Coffey, heavily into religion. Heavily
Budding
into
cult
cults.
leader
Yeah.
who listens to loads of middle-aged women from Arizona telling her it's going to be fine.
Right. I need to know more. So
No.
what do you? So what? This is a daily thing.
So
Or a
yeah,
weekly
no,
thing?
well, it's starting to be daily, which is a bit worrying.
Oh my god.
I know it's a problem. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like I think well, I psychoanalyze myself quite a lot,
Right.
and I think the thing about it that I like is the voice, the because I never have it on very loud because I'm ashamed that people in the I'm ashamed that people in the dressing room next to me are going to go, oh my God,
Oh,
she's
God,
listening to some
Joe.
middle-aged woman from Arizona telling her it's all going to be fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
I've got to look into this.
Yeah, me
Because this is a
too.
whole new world.
I
to
could
me.
tell you some of the really good ones to look into.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
could, if you could drop it
really?
on an email, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. There's some really
Please
good
share,
ones.
Joe. Yeah.
There's one that he's one of the bigger ones actually, and
right.
he's from Vegas, and
Oh,
he gets really annoyed with people. And like halfway through, he does loads of live kind of readings, and then he'll get really furious and just start having a go at everyone.
Why?
It's brilliant.
Gosh.
It's really brilliant. It's the most watchable television that I've ever seen. It's great.
So good. That
Well,
is
this
such a
is-
thing
this
to
is a
be heavily
new-
into.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I'm trying to
Joe.
get out of it. I don't think it's healthy.
No,
I don't like
it is.
You
There's
don't
so many.
say, Joe. You don't say.
There's so many times a middle-aged lady can tell you to step into your power.
Oh, that gets on my tits a bit. That shit.
Oh,
Is it
God.
becoming like, you know, when people become really addicted to smoking and the first thing they do is light up? You're straight there. No one talk to me. Get me my
Yeah.
laptop.
Go and get a cup of tea and then listen to Hello Virgos.
Yeah.
with that
Hello, Virgos.
Coventry American accent. Hello Virgos. Your week is gonna be amazing. and then the week isn't amazing.
Yeah,
and so
that's
you'd think
annoying.
after a couple of weeks I'd go, well,
No,
you
you don't
lied. That wasn't
Yeah,
right.
you're lying to
Yeah,
me now.
But maybe
No.
there's a sense for you that you're like, yeah, but the next one could be right.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
next one could be right.
That's
and
what
I can't
keeps you there, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's like when you start doing the lottery, you can't get off that train, can you? Because if your numbers
Exactly.
come up, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like if I think if I didn't listen, then I'm going to have a
Yeah.
terrible
Then-
week. But I did
yeah.
have a terrible week by listening
Oh,
to that
that's a
rubbish
shame.
anyway.
That is a
That's a
shame.
shit to that, Joe.
I know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
And-
got really into it recently. I'll send you the names. There's
Yeah,
some cracking
please
ones
do.
out there.
Send us an email. Well, I've got a heavily into too.
What's yours, Pats?
So I have become heavily into. Right, this is really embarrassing.
Okay, brilliant.
But I'm really currently into Beyonce's new song.
Oh, that's getting on my tits now. That
I
song.
am so into it.
Oh no, you
But
haven't
I've
done
got
the dance.
really into doing the old line dancing.
Oh God, no, no, no.
So
this is-
earlier on today,
Have you been on TikTok doing some weird shit?
I was unpacking the dishwasher and was just making my lunch and stuff, and I put it on, and before I knew it, I was like full on dosey-doing, doing the grapevine, doing the kick at the front, the kick at the back, doing the round. I was and I thought, Ruth, what the hell are you doing? I got halfway through and I was like, mate, you are on your own in your kitchen.
Yeah, but you were having the best
41.
time.
Oh my God, I was having the best time.
Who cares then, Pats?
Exactly.
It was so much fun. I absolutely love that song.
No, see,
It's a banger.
It is a banger, but you know what? Everyone's fucking playing it. You know, when they're like...
what happens with a banger.
No.
I've had my head in a well because I haven't heard it.
I
know.
It is a good tune. It's called Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
She's going really back to sort of Houston roots.
Yeah.
Right.
She's gone back to sort of the more country and western sort of, but kind of a funked up country and western sort of sound, I would say.
Okay.
She's going for. So it is a really good tune. It's just
really
it's just being played all the time.
Yeah, you've got to listen to it though, Joe.
Do it. Listen to it, Joe.
I will.
Maybe start another cult.
Maybe a line dancing cult.
Yes, and you could be so you could be in Ange's Marmalade. You could head up Ange's Marmalade.
Yes.
And then you could head up my line dancing. If you could do both, that'd be great.
Well, it'd keep me off the streets, wouldn't
it?
It would.
Exactly.
It absolutely would, Joe. Yes.
We also had another question in for you, Joe. This was from Star Sam 26. Star Sam says, if you could spend the day with someone, who would it be and where would you go? So if you could spend the day with anyone,
dead or alive,
and where would you go?
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Oh God, I've got to. Do you know what? I'm going to say Elvis.
Yeah,
yeah.
That is a good shout.
I'd like to say something meaningful about people in my life, but I'm going to go with Elvis.
Yeah, go with Elvis. Would you go to a burger joint?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd go to burger joints, and it would be at a time where we wouldn't have to pre-book the table and book a slot. Because I'm with the king.
Exactly.
Let's probably shut the whole restaurant down anyway, and we'd be able to enjoy as many burgers as we wanted.
What would you ask Elvis? What would be your what would you want to know about him? What would be your question? Your go-to question?
Why in that movie did you have a song about crayfish? Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's really brilliant. My sister forwarded it to me. Like I've actually seen the movie quite a lot. I do like Elvis. But he opens the window and sings a duet about crayfish with this woman.
What?
Yeah, it's really good.
You have really brought some stuff to this because we've got your Hello Virgos, we've got your table bookings, and we've got your crayfish Elvis.
Your crayfish, and he also has a song. What's it called? Another clam bake. Can we have a clam bake? And they're all dancing on the beach with a clam bake. Yeah,
really heavily into fish.
Yeah, and why not?
I think if Elvis was here with us, that would be his heavily into.
Yeah, well, he has songs about a crayfish,
and clams.
And clams, yeah. So we wouldn't have we might have seafood at this establishment.
Oh, I think you would.
And I reckon Elvis would be quite into line dancing.
So into it.
Yeah. I reckon he'd be asking for Texas Hold'em on the main jukebox, and he'd be up giving it the best line dancing you've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, I don't do line dancing myself.
No,
but
that's a shame.
You were doing
a shame.
Because I'm quite heavily into Northern Soul. And so the Northern Soul dancing is quite similar to the line dancing.
Are you heavily into that, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh
so,
my gosh, those Northern Soul moves are incredible.
I know, I can't do that.
I actually would love to see you do that.
I can't do that. All I can do is because you when you go to, you're not allowed to do it in Blackpool Tower, but when you go to some of the establishments, you're supposed to put talc down so you can make it easier for yourself to slide around the dance floor. So you come out of these things sometimes, you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You're like patting your hair and a cloud of talcum powder will come off.
Head to toe in talc.
Yeah, I'm like an 80s video, like a Kate Bush video. Yeah, it's quite similar, I think.
Urban Dictionary. because we've talked and gotten into fish,
Yes.
I think this
right.
could be quite a good one to go for.
Okay.
So can I bring you my urban?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring the
Okay,
urban.
so the urban this week for Joe and Patty is beardfish.
Oh.
Oh, beardfish.
What do you think is a beardfish?
Is it something quite rude?
No, it's not. No, it's not a
Oh.
rude one. No.
Oh, I would have thought.
Which is a
fishing-
shame. I mean, it's a shame, but it's not.
Right.
Wow.
Beardfish.
Beardfish.
Okay.
Is it? Oh, I don't. Is it the big beards that fishermen have?
Oh.
No, I mean, that's a good shout, Pat,
It-
but no, it's not.
Is it the type of young gentleman that has a flat cap and a beard and constantly comes to comedy clubs and strokes it in the front? Since they're stroking their beard throughout your entire thing.
I mean, it's not, but
They
actually, I
should
think
be
you
called
could
that.
start referring to those people as
Yeah,
beardfish.
As beardfishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to tell you what a beardfish is.
Okay.
A beardfish is a man who has grown an abundance of facial hair in order to make himself appear more attractive. In brackets, usually on Instagram. Upon shaving, he looks like a dolphin's blowhole. Person A, did you see that Clive has shaved off his beard? Person B, yeah, I never knew he was so ugly. He's such a beardfish.
Beardfish.
That is
There
your
are people, aren't they,
beardfish.
that you think take the beard off of your mate and
Yes.
oof.
Oh, you are
We've-
looking like a pig.
There's been a couple of those. There's been a couple of those, and we call them the chinless wonder.
That is brilliant.
It's like, where's the chin gone now? It
Well,
hasn't got any hair on it. It's
Now you
bolted.
can start referring to them as beardfish.
Beardfish.
Joe.
Beardfish.
A beardfish.
What
Lovely.
about people who have really massive, like, who go all like? I often feel like on Caucasian men, their beards go very ginger. Whether they're ginger or not, they often have a ginger,
A ginger
tinge.
undertone. A ginger tinge.
a ginger
I
tinge.
love it- I love a
tinge,
ginger.
if you will. That is often what you find. It's a ginger
yes.
tinge.
Yes.
And I think was it TikTok? I saw a guy who wasn't ginger. He was like he had
Right.
like brunette hair. But he
Mm.
had this massive ginger beard, and he'd plaited it.
Oh, no.
No.
And
What
I
are you
just
doing?
thought, at what stage did you look in the mirror and go, "Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I
can
know
plait
No.
this.
guys,
Plait this
it's
bad boy."
okay. I've got the latest trend. I'm
Yeah.
gonna plait it."
Yeah.
Anyone should stop plaiting their hair, male or female, after the age of 11
Yes.
or 12.
Yes,
Agreed.
absolutely.
I
Joe.
did once a few months ago come on the podcast
Yeah.
with plaited hair.
And she looked
Two
horrific.
plaits.
Yes,
two
two plats.
One either
yeah.
side. And
Yeah.
honestly, I sometimes look back at that picture and think, what the
What were
fucking
you
hell
doing?
was going through my
Yeah.
head?
I think you're having a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine. I know a brilliant cult religion you could join.
Oh my god. that
Don't
is
you find
brilliant.
beards a bit weird though?
Yes.
Oh no, I love a beard.
No,
I
but
hate
not-
mine.
Me too.
Yeah.
I fucking hate mine as well. God, the maintenance that takes. I'm not talking
Yes.
beard oil. I'm talking getting rid of the fucking
Getting the
thing.
buggers out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I find like I don't mind like a bit of a stubbly beard, but people who have like men who have these great big beards, I'm just like, what the hell is living in that?
Oh, I quite like it.
No. Where are you on this, Joe?
Well, not to be. Well, it's not crude at all. I'm making myself sound like a real. But kissing someone with a beard, which I've never done, a full-on beard, has got to be a nicer experience than kissing someone with stubble.
Stubble, yeah.
Because that's like a cheese grater, isn't
yeah,
it?
your
That's
tash
like,
rash is not
yeah.
great when you've got
No.
stubble, is it?
No, but
No.
What, you're kissing someone with a massive load of pubes on their
Oh,
face.
it's like-
They're not
Disgusting.
pubes,
Well,
aren't
they're
they?
like pubes because they're
like
quite
pubes,
wiry, aren't
yeah.
they?
It's that bit in Trading Places where he's got the big beard with the Christmas thing on and he eats the salmon out of his beard because
Oh,
he's
yeah,
it's
just
that.
disgusting.
Yeah.
No.
disgusting.
That.
No, I'm not for a big beard. At
Not
all.
for
No.
a big beard.
They're not for me, big beards.
No.
No.
Well, listen, I think this has been so much fun,
Oh,
Joe.
honestly,
We
Oh,
Joe,
it's been amazing.
have
brilliant.
absolutely loved having you on.
Yeah, thank you.
Joe, have you got any like stand-up tour dates coming up? Obviously, people can find you on Waterloo Road.
They
Holding
can.
open
BBC,
doors.
They
holding open
can.
doors.
I'm on. I believe they've just Extraordinary has just moved from which sitcom that I did for Disney has just moved to ITV. So that's
Amazing.
just come on. So I'm only in a little bit of it, but I'm trying to sell tampons to a bloke that's previously a cat called Jizzlord. So that,
Wow.
watch out for that.
That sounds.
And hopefully
Ooh.
I'll be in Edinburgh doing some stand-up in
Amazing.
August.
Oh, what,
Yes.
at the old Edinburgh Fringe?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
hoping to go
Joe.
up and do a week, maybe just trying out. I might do some character stuff because I had, like, I shouldn't even say this now, but I had a character and it went down very well in Edinburgh for a while. It was called Amy Vinehund. And she was obviously a 4'2" Croatian Amy Winehouse impersonator with a dog. Like Amy Vinehund was like a dog tribute act.
Oh my
So
God,
yeah,
that is so
so
funny.
come and see that in Edinburgh. It did okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Quite-
I love the sound of that, Joe.
Quite
me too.
cult-like, funny enough.
Yeah, very cult-like. Well, Joe, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on.
You've been
I
great.
assume that people can find you across all kind of social media platforms as well, on
Yes.
Instagram and Facebook and everything like that. So if you don't follow Joe, definitely go and find her. What's your handle, Joe?
It's Joe Coffey Comedian
Amazing.
on
Go and find
Instagram.
Joe. Go and give her a follow. We've absolutely loved having you on this week. You have been so
Brilliant.
much fun.
Thank
So
you.
great.
Thank you for
so
having
much
me.
for your time.
Yes.
And we're really, really grateful, and you've made us laugh a lot. So thank
And
you.
I shall be
Fantastic.
watching out for you holding doors on Waterloo
Waterloo
Road.
Road.
Don't
Yes.
anyone mention on your social media that they should get some wedges in, because that would be me over.
No, don't get wedges.
No
Don't
wedges.
get wedges. No wedges.
Thank you
Oh,
so much,
thanks,
Joe.
Thanks,
Joe.
guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Well, what a great episode that was,
Oh,
Angie.
she was hilarious.
So much fun.
I just love the random stuff.
Randomness.
Random stuff is my bag, and
Yeah.
Joe brought tons of it.
So good.
Brilliant.
And remember, you can find her on Instagram, just Joe Coffey Comedian. If you don't follow her already, go over and give her a follow. As you can tell, she's really funny. Talking of Instagram, you can find Ange and I on there as well. My handle is Ruth_Corden and Ange is at Ange Corden.
And you can find the podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or if you want to get in touch with us, we love hearing from you and reading all of your emails. Just send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But Ange and I will be back as ever next week, helping you to find more of the funny.